Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating it's Thursday, October 18th, 2018. In both the Lynn life and the Jamie body mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, and all other souls from all other dimensions, as long as the souls are already living by the many search for truth rules given to the search for truth community by wiser minds above all of us. And those rules include looking up to wiser minds above all of us, asking up, what now, in order to evacuate the even deeper, denser dimensions, is the call that we follow here, because that is the only alternate plan that has been put forth by any of these presences that seems to stand the test of usefulness in all situations.
That's true.
So the visiting souls that come in are to already be looking up to wiser minds above, asking up what now in order to evacuate the even deeper, denser dimensions. Breathing, since that's something that is also proven to be necessary. And then taking actions to do whatever it is wiser minds above say to do, without regard to what it is they say to do, the only exceptions being safety or conflicts in rules, in which case the conflicts have to be resolved.
That's true.
For whom is the message, and why do you ask? That's clearing.
Yeah, it is.
All right, friends, we are working today to restore integrity, to bring some measure of integrity into the situation. And somebody's asking if we have been successful in growing any from seeds. And all we can say is that the barometer seeds, the test magnolia seeds, have not yet sprouted.
That's true.
Even though there are other little bits of grass and other kinds of plants growing in their containers, which we appreciate, because then it at least shows that there's possibility for life there.
That's true.
So other things are growing, but integrity is not.
Yeah.
That's the answer to the question. Other things are growing, but integrity is not. For whom is the message, and why do you ask? They're talking about bullying and corruption and strong men, dictators and straight up bad guys, basically.
That's true.
And that's a sign of a level of corruption that has been passed.
That's true.
And so what we could be working with here is to reduce corruption. How about that? Let's reduce corruption to that. How could we measure it? We could reduce corruption to that which will actually work to evacuate the even deeper, denser dimensions. And
that's true.
In some level. That's crazy. Now somebody else is saying, that's crazy, guys. Actually, you must be joking. Are you saying no more integrity? We're just going to work with lower levels of corruption? Is that what you guys are saying?
That's pretty low standards.
That's pretty low standards. I can see that person who's talking, it's a discussion room, he's saying, wait a minute, are you joking me?
That's true. I see that person.
No, I don't think they're joking. I think that they're serious. I think they're talking about reducing corruption to a level that will allow some energy flow to occur. I think that's literally
that's what they said.
What they're saying. Maybe we're just way, way, way off the life path.
That
so
could be
far
what this feeling is.
Yes. All right, well, let's assume that we're halfway around the world, as far as you can get from the life path to evacuate the even deeper, denser dimensions as you can get. And complete the turn to come back to that life path, and then complete the turn to face forward, assuming we're fully backward.
That's true.
And complete the turn to face up, assuming that we're down, hanging like bats.
Oh, that's true.
And now attempt to pump up from the even deeper, denser dimensions, smaller presences, cellular souls who have died, souls of tissues who have died, souls of atoms who have died, etc., to create some upward flow, so that the channels, intuitive channels of presences, stand a chance of getting detangled from that with which they are intertwined.
That's true.
And to catch a breath of air. What now to evacuate the even deeper, denser dimensions? What now? What now to restore integrity to the system? What now to restore integrity to the contaminated zone? Does anybody have any ideas? Do you hear?
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything. Okay, well, then let's just stick with pumping up smaller presences from the depths. We do know that we've been getting messages about dictators being the only presences who are following Trump.
That's true.
And that it's okay, it's actually okay, and that we watched the Soviet Union rise and then fall.
Oh,
and
that's
the
true.
fall was triggered by investing all their resources into their military and into arms, weaponry.
That's true.
That's what the U.S. is doing now also, is investing all the money into the military and into weaponry.
Well, that's true.
Being arms sales kings seem to be the goals of those who are driving the bus of the U.S.
That's true.
And therefore the only people who want to sit next to the U.S. are the really corrupt dictator types, and
That's
everybody
true.
else wants to stay as far away from the U.S. as possible so as to not catch whatever that is.
That's true.
And it's okay, and so the pendulum swings back to the old countries and to give them a chance to lead the parade in a direction that's positive, and that's fine. It's okay. Right?
That's true.
We have this absolutely beautiful blue sky. It looks gorgeous. It hasn't really rained in 5 weeks.
That's true.
And everything is baking and dry, and that's not good.
That's true.
But it's pretty. There are no birds visible, and so it's still pretty, but it's dying.
That's true.
Friends, if we can really absorb this, that our planet is actually dying in our lifetime, it's happening now. Now means now. It's not happening 50 years from now, or 40 years from now, or 30 years from now, or 20 years from now. It's happening now. Now means now. And that actually right now is the time for us to stop living by the normal rules. If we can really grasp this, then there's still time for us to pull this disaster out of the ditch. But now really does mean now, this year, 2018, now. We've got to stop pretending that the old rules work, because they didn't work.
That's true.
That's what's led us to this disaster. We've got to stop just trying to win and instead consider, what does the situation actually call for? And most importantly, we've got to stop making babies. No more humans. We've got to do something to shift the mindset so that people begin to grasp the concept of the need to reduce human population.
That's true.
We've got to come around the corner on this, or it's really over for this biosphere. By our hands, we're doing it. We are the bad guys. Just like nobody wants to sit next to Trump, nobody wants to sit next to humans. And it's important for us to grasp that and start to do something to change that. Each of us. Don't wait for them, whoever they are. There is no they.
That's true.
It's only us, every we, every I, every me, for each of us to do.
It's very quiet upstairs.
4 elephants an hour are murdered. 4 elephants die every hour by our hands. 4 elephants die every hour by our hands. Their faces are hacked off for their teeth, and their teeth are sold. This is happening. It actually is happening. And it's on all of our records.
Did you hear that upstairs?
Did you hear that? Do you understand? Do you understand? We've got to stop playing toad races. We've got to kick it into gear. Can you hear us? We've got to kick it into gear and get people to live their soul plans. Whatever it takes, trick them, make it fun for them. Do whatever it takes to get them to do it. Now is the time. And if they aren't learning, then take away their resources. Help them stop accruing more bad karma. Render them neutral at least.
That's true.
Give them a nice stroke.
That's true.
Or something. Just render them harmless so that they stop racking up bad karma.
I don't hear anybody upstairs.
No, that does seem to have cleared it. Now maybe we can complete the turn forward and start pumping up the dead. They just don't want to listen. It's
That's
okay.
true.
Nobody wants to deal with the fact that now is the time for action and that now is the time to stop living by the old rules.